Okay, let's talk about why crossing the floor is a really big deal and how the liberals are making it out like it's not a big deal. It's honestly like changing teams in the middle of a game. It's crazy.
CTV senior political correspondent Michael Couture now on where the speculation is coming from and reaction to Ma's move. Hey, Mike.
Well, Sandy, the speculation about more floor crossings was fueled by the energy minister, while residents of Michael Ma's riding voiced their frustration. Outside Michael Ma's constituency office, a small but vocal protest demanded answers to why the Markham Unionville MP crossed the floor to the Liberals.
I feel very upset, and we fight for our future. We fight for democracy. We fight for our children.
In a statement last week, Ma said he made his decision after listening carefully to the people in his riding about the direction of the country.
As voters, we need to understand what's the reason.
Sources tell CTV News the energy minister helped recruit the former Conservative. Asked if there are others ready to join the government, Tim Hodgson didn't hold back.
Let's say I'm getting lots of inquiries.
Ma's defection is the second in as many months.
Like, look at the attitude. Let's say I'm getting lots of inquiries, and they're acting like it isn't a big deal. Like, these people were voted, these MPs, in their writing for the party that they were voted for, and then they just crossed the floor. No big deal, I guess.
Scotia MP Chris D'Entremont crossed the floor in November, citing Pierre Poilievre's leadership. But some believe it's because of how Prime Minister Carney is shifting the Liberals closer to the center of the political spectrum.
These are people who have been longtime progressive conservatives who feel that Mark Carney is sufficiently progressive conservative such that they can turn their backs and make themselves feel really uncomfortable in their ridings by becoming Liberals overnight.
Hodgson says it's simpler than that.
Our prime minister is a former businessman and a pragmatist. I'm a former businessman and a pragmatist. Michael Ma is a former businessman and a pragmatist. We all share a view that it is a time to unite, not to divide.
James Moore says despite the defections, he believes Pierre Poilievre will still pass his leadership review in January. But he adds it's not a comfortable time in the Conservative caucus.
Okay, let's watch just a little clip by what Poilievre thinks about this now.
If Mark Carney believes that he should have a majority to go ahead with the high-cost policies he's running on, then he should get that mandate from Canadians in an election, not through dirty backroom deals.
How is it his fault that people left your party? I can even understand the argument after one MP, two MPs. The third MP doesn't want to be in politics anymore after rumors that he was also going to cross the floor. At one point, is it not about them and it about you? With great respect.
Well, with great respect, Mr. Carney has said that he wants to get a majority, not by winning in a majority government election, but by making backroom deals in order to get floor crossers. And
but the
Canadians
Conservatives made backroom deals too.
Canadians specifically rejected a Liberal majority in the last election. The vast majority of voters voted against that majority because they knew that it would mean a higher cost of living, that they would be unsafe in their streets. And it is undemocratic through a series of backroom deals, Mr. Carney to try and concentrate more power and money in his own hands rather than allowing the Canadian people's decision to stand. So we believe in holding the government to account for the broken promises, but also proposing positive ideas that will make life more affordable and safer. That's what we've done for the session.
Okay, I just wanted to share these clips and then we can talk about it. And again, so most people think, including myself normally, that when you vote in the election, you're kind of voting for the party. Yes, you're voting for the MP in the riding, but you say, like, who did you vote for? You say, like, oh, I voted for Carney, I voted for Poilievre. And that's who you hope to be voting for. But if you have these floor crossings, basically people are giving up the party that were voted for by the people in the election. You're saying that it's kind of like, what was the point of the election in a way? You know, you're just overriding the decision and kind of making it, a waste of everybody's time if you're getting these floor crossers. And this has only happened, apparently, according to ChatGPT, like 60 or 70 times since 1867. It doesn't happen all the time. It's obviously so Carney can get a majority government. Polyev is basically just saying, Carney's obviously making backroom deals with these people to, who knows, advance their careers or whatever. You're not legally supposed to do this, but it really undermines democracy, in my opinion, when you have people just like changing teams. Honestly, it's like changing a baseball team in the middle of the game. Like, picture during the World Series if Otani just started playing for the Blue Jays during the game, like during game 7 of the World Series, not after. I'm talking during the game, and that's the big difference here. So they were voted to do it. Of course, he can change after the game is over. He can change parties, these MPs, but are we saying it's okay just to change at any time right in the middle, even though they were elected to do so? And that's kind of our system right now. And to me, it also makes it so it's hard to buy in to the whole system when you have this happening. Technically, no, it's not illegal. They're allowed to move over, but it doesn't sit very well with me. Like, if you're voting for somebody and then really you're not even voting for them, that's what it means in a sense for that party. You're voting for the person, but there's no way to vote for the party. You have to vote for the person, and it has their name, their party attached to them when you vote. And that's normally how it's done. That's why people stay where they are. You're not supposed to change teams. It is a big deal. That's why it's a big deal. So you can just think about how ridiculous that is and like how rare it is. And the liberals are acting like it's not a big deal just so they can win. And I guess the only good thing is I don't like wasting money or taxpayers' money to get a majority, but it's not what we voted for. And that's what Polyev is complaining about. That's not what the people voted for. And I would have to agree with that part. I'm not saying that there's not other issues where floor crossing could make sense, but it's at a time where it's very convenient that Mark Carney, it looks like just before Christmas, there's articles talking about it. Just before Christmas, people are defecting and going over, and then Polyev can't even like talk to them because it's like they're a big holiday period that the government gets. So it's very convenient timing for these floor crossers. Who knows what kind of dirty deals they're getting, as Polyev's saying. There must be some incentive. It's very embarrassing to change floors. It must be not good politically, you would hope. If you're a floor crosser, how can you be trusted going forward? So they must really you can't actually promise them a job, but of course afterwards it'll be interesting to follow these people's careers in the liberal party. And who knows, like, it really undermines the whole electoral process and democracy, in my opinion. So you know, I just wanted to share this because it's quite ridiculous how the liberals are acting like it's not a big deal when it is. And I hope you like this video and you like and subscribe to the channel.